I grow LG Skyscraper. I've been growing it now for 5 years, and last year I got a phenomenal yield of 16.6 tonnes to the hectare from a lake drilling in November. Yeah, so this year I've entered LG Skyscraper into Yen. The reason for this is because it's really good biomass, and over the years I've learned that biomass gives you good yield. My soil type down on my marsh farm, which I grew this variety, is a heavy clay with a soil pH of about 7.5. It's got high P, K and mag content as well, and importantly the organic matter is over 10. The reason I've been able to get my organic matters up is the use of farm manures, like with both cattle and poultry manure. So my agronomy has to be very robust for the black grass, so we go with a pre-em straight away of Crystal and Liberator, followed by a peri-em as soon as the crop's through of Liberator. So the Liberator is split half rate each time. Variety itself roots really well. And then come February, that's when we'll start assessing when we're going to put our first nitrogen on. We normally go middle of February and put on 250 litres of liquid fertiliser of a 22% nitrogen, 10% sulphur product from Omex, and that's given me 70 kilos of nitrogen and roughly about 30 kilos of sulphur. So my fungicide program, which I use, we start looking at, is I try not to use a T0, but because of Septoria being quite rife and that at the minute, we need to use the T0. If you don't keep on top of the Septoria and it gets into the crop, you lose yield really badly. Rust is another problem which you do, but if you see rust in a crop, it's quite easy just to put a bit of Teb in, and then that just clears the rust up. But it's the Septoria I would advise everyone to be very cautious for. So for harvesting that, we was able to harvest very early, like at the 9th of August and that. This is firstly because Skyscraper is a good variety which you can drill late and it matures very early. And literally I was able to harvest it just as it turned ripe. Probably it was ripe for one day. We went in with the combine because rain was coming, and that meant that we was able to harvest it on the 9th of August. The bushel weights were at 85 bushel, which was also a key factor of the harvest date. And then this was why we was able to achieve the phenomenal yield in a very difficult year of 16.6 tonnes to the hectare. It was a very difficult year for us all this year. I was very surprised to get the yield I did. A lot of it was down to timings with looking at the weather and getting all of them factors correctly. And it was massive help to my agronomist, which has sponsored me for this entry this year, which is Hutchinson's. So I would like to thank everyone involved, which is like Hutchinson's for sponsoring me, and also for Yen for letting us enter this competition.